Okay. So there's one. There's another one. Another one. Oh, that's two. There's another one. Those are the only ones I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. I don't know which one's hers. Probably VR test build. There's another VR test 7-zip over here, but that's not an APK.
Yeah, there's probably an APK in there.
Probably. No device connected. Do you have to
put your finger by the top there?
No, but do you need to authorize it every single time? That's what I need to do.
That's annoying.
That is stupid. Now which ones did it install and which ones didn't? Checking it against blacklisted APKs. Sure, that's rough. Okay, so certain APKs are no good.
Bitcoin miners, yeah.
Okay, so there's a bunch. The people that submitted APKs, I loaded them. So we'll have a look. Just stand by. So if we have questions, Jared's going to test those. Fumbling around in Cinema 4D, but basically just remember if you're rendering for VR, the aspect ratio is 2:1. So double the length once the height, right? So that's like 4K by 2K. And then the last step that you need to do, so there's, I think, two things that you mentioned that we need to cover still with you. That's the loading of the APK onto the actual device, or building and then loading onto the device. That's fairly simple. And then the injection of the metadata to make sure that the device is actually, the video is actually seen as a 360 video. So your video will just be this massive render, 4K by 2K, and it won't make a lot of sense because it looks something like this, right? So it's this wide, stretched out, slightly distorted video. But once you've injected the metadata, all the players that you use for VR playing will see it as a spherical render. Okay, so it basically does the computational stitching for you, and then it should work fine. I did add the link to last week's class, so you'll find it at the bottom of the class content. There's a spatial media metadata injector. It's on GitHub, and there's two tools. The one, it seems like the Windows version is slightly harder to manage because you have to install Python first, and then you can run the tool. And I did just download the Mac version, and it looks like it needs authentication. So you'll just need to go to your where did they put this now? Sorry, privacy and security. I think somewhere in here there should be a. I like how it just wants to send it to the bin. That's like its default. You don't need this. You don't need this kind of trouble in your life. Just get rid of it. I don't see it. Don't move it to the bin. Spatial medium cannot be opened because the developer cannot be verified. There it is. Okay. Okay, so for most part, well, this is a very simple interface. There's really not much to it. The only thing that you'll check is my video is 360. So you'll open a file that's rendered in well, if I could render from Cinema 4D, that I could show you. I don't know how to render from here. Who knows how to render in Cinema? That one. But how do I set the outputs folder?
It's the one right next to it on the right.
No, that one.
On the right.
That one. That, but where's the... I'm so clumsy. Just the output folder, setting the output folder.
You come in here.
Output.
You're gonna be like my lifeline when I have to render this. I think it's because it's the light version.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the light version? It is, hey.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay.
We've all gone through this.
So you can't render from the light version?
No.
Can you render to After Effects?
Yeah, you can put it in After Effects, but it will make it square. I don't think it'll make it 360 if you open After Effects.
That's why we have to render through Redshift.
Because I remember trying to do that, trying to put in Cinema 4D in After Effects, and it just made it flat. It didn't make it a hole.
And
Oh,
also-
there's the save. Wait. There's a save. Okay. No, it can render. This is fine. Just not PSD. Let's do PNGs.
Where to save it?
Actually, I'm going to just save it straight as an MP4. File name. Desktop. Lounge. Save.
You going in? I don't know where I'm going.
Okay.
What, you look scared?
Because the first thing I saw was a grid, and the grid gave me a shock.
To frame.
I would really appreciate a tutorial on how to do this.
Okay. Just the frame range that I'm also not so sure about.
You're trying to save it as a video, isn't it?
Yeah.
360 video.
Yeah, because I'm lazy. Even a 4-frame video would do, but I can't.
There's the from frames. and you can
Oh,
save it
from, okay.
To and from.
Okay. So from, let's do it 35 to 45 frames. Okay. And let's render. Yes? Yes. Render. Yes. Okay, doesn't show anything. Oh, it's busy.
Yeah,
There's nothing.
Lighting in
There's
there, so
nothing.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
it's
black.
gonna be black.
My
Okay.
lighting is also still in Redshift. Yeah. I'm actually the worst person to be
Yes.
used as a demonstration right now. Yeah.
Okay. I'll find another file.
I'll go sit down.
Okay, so in this, this is Olivia's working file. It's in Blender, so it's a little bit easier for me to quickly navigate it. In this instance, the camera obviously still needs to be set. So I'm just looking for the camera quick. Oh, there's a number of cameras. Camera to panoramic, equirectangular, and render settings 2:1. So for ease of use, I'm just going to do 12048, sorry, by 1024. So it's quite tiny. And for this, I'm just going to capture the entire thing. Somehow that doesn't seem like the right camera though. What is the current camera? Come on, Blender. I'm just going to render a couple of frames. Does anyone have something on their system that they can show or share with me, or want to? Does anyone have anything they want to show me? No, not really. Okay, I'll just be here rendering. Okay, maybe I can open some other files while I'm at it. Wait, whose did I just look at? Who submitted a file called Museum? Museum? Blender? Yours. Did you do the museum?
No, I did it in Eevee, but then I realized that you can't 360 render it.
This one?
You can't 360 render anything in Eevee because I wanted a pixel effect.
No, you're gonna have to. Okay, but is this yours? Essentially, yes.
Yes, I wanted to put my arts in VR.
Okay.
And then in like a pixel type of thing.
Okay. So do you want to still pixel render it as well?
Yes, but I don't know how to do it in Eevee. It said you must put cameras in every angle or something.
Oh,
Because it's not possible. So I think I'm gonna have to redo it in cycles and do it different.
and do like a post pixelate or something to get it pixelated.
Oh, can I do that afterwards?
Potentially, you could. You could render it really small and then you scale it, but you don't do pixel interpolation. So then it literally takes the pixels and just scales the pixels without trying to blend them.
So I should do it in cycles and then
You
after-
could, yeah, you could, but it'll pixelate everything then. But yeah, it'll have to be cycles for you to. I don't know how to set up a 360 camera for.
It's too confusing.
No, I haven't done that. So, yeah. There is a like rendering pixel art in Blender.
Well, I use that one.
Is this an Eevee?
Yes, it only works in Eevee, that's the thing, because you can change the resolution and then it affects everything. Depending on the size of the camera, will change the pixel size. So that's why I don't think it works well in cycles.
So if you render some, because you still render it really small and you still scale it up, right? So it's the same process.
Yeah, but you can't use the panoramic thing in Eevee.
Yes. But if you scale, so let's say we take, just take any image really. Desktop, let's see, there's a, what is this? Okay. There's a Pangolorian. So if you open this in, say, Photoshop, for instance, if we just rendered it really tiny, so which would be the equivalent of, say, image size, let's say 128 pixels, right? At 72 dpi. Okay, so now it's super tiny. To get that to display like pixel art, you're gonna have to scale it back up, right? So that's kind of like what we're looking at, what we want to achieve. So if you then go image, image size, now we take it back to 1024, except we don't do resampling. No, I don't think that's it. Sorry. 1024. Sorry, the resampling is. Let me just try this. Okay, so that doesn't work. There's a scale method that doesn't. Let's see, image size. 124. It's not it either. It might be without resampling. Oh, it doesn't want. doesn't look like it's actually scaling it. One of those presets does work okay, so that sort of, I don't know if that's really pixel art.
If I render it in cycles and try to look for pixel effect, in After
You'd have to scale, yeah, you'd have to scale it without resampling the pixels, basically. I don't know if After Effects can scale without resampling. Scale pixel art without blurring. So nearest neighbor is the right one, so we finally figured that out. Without blurring, After Effects. Resizing pixel art video without affecting the pixels with blur. Scale and whatever size used. Okay, but there are methods for doing that.
I just need to reset.
You can scale. You can render it really tiny. That's the benefit of doing pixel art. So you can render it at like 1/10 of the resolution. It should be good. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Cool. Okay, so this was rendered at 10 samples with denoising. So you can see there's quite a lot of denoising stuff happening. And this is what it looks like essentially when you render it raw. So with the metadata injector then, go and find that file of yours. Wait. Let me just open that again. Yep. Okay. It doesn't like the MKV format. I didn't check that. Sorry, I should have made it MP4. Okay, so once you've injected the file with the metadata, it just stays the same size and everything. Shouldn't make a difference to that. And technically, I should be able to view this in a. I'm also recording this, so I'll write up the steps and put it in the. Yeah. It's late in the day, I know. So I have an app called Free VR Player that should be able to play the videos that are injected. So I'm going to drop it in there. Right, so there we have it. We've rendered 2 seconds of a VR video in Blender. It's a lot of movement. So I think in this instance, better to sit down and experience this video. Okay. So you'll notice that the moment with this player, the moment that you switch it to VR view, it starts using the accelerometer and it splits the screen into 2 different viewports. Okay, it's very dark, but it's working. Cool. Right. So, who was this? Whose file is this? Olivia, who's not here. It is working at least. It is functional. Okay. Okay, that's one successful build. How did the APKs turn out? How did the APKs turn out? Are they working? Why didn't you say something?
Yeah, and then Nikita's one loaded up,
Okay.
and it had the same issue as JC's one.
Is it also still? It has the simulation.
Simulator, yeah. Oh, there it is. Sorry.
Simulator remains active.
Yeah. So yeah, also like.
Yeah.
Don't look
Oh, and then if you hold down both of the buttons, your
no,
view
that
is.
one didn't actually.
Is it weird?
It was just all I got was sky stuck to my face.
Okay, so which other APKs did we have?
Maybe, I don't know if it was maybe just dragging too many at once doesn't actually do.
No, it doesn't want to do it all at
to do one
once.
at a time.
Yeah, I think so. Because you also have to approve each one. Like now, it says that it's not authorized until I. So every time,
turn that off.
every time you have to go.
And your hands don't track automatically.
No, is it switched on?
I think you have to turn it on in the settings.
Okay, so now it's allowing. It's allowing that to work. And then, arm in my face.
yeah,
What
that's
is
what I had earlier. Very annoying.
Okay, right. Let me just check where that would be under settings. Accessibility, mobility. Probably just search. Hand tracking. Right? That should be default. Enable. Privacy concerns. What? Accidentally seeing what my hands are doing. It's here. It's on. Thank you. Yes. Go away. Thank you. All right. Next APK is JC. Who's JC?
Daniel's one.
Installing APK. I didn't say anything. Oh, there's a mirror.
Yeah, I saw that mirror. It's like, oh, why?
has no.
Maybe it's if you set up your avatar.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got Daniels on there. I've got JC's now. Nikita's, you said, is on there.
Yeah.
Then there's a VR test build APK. Okay. It's quite big. It's in there. Alexi. Installing, waiting. Checking, installing. Done. Salumi. APK. That did nothing. Alright, there it's going. Task failed. Oh, it's still the test VR thing. It's not.
Is it because there's another one named the same thing?
Maybe.
Maybe you have to uninstall the other one.
Let me just check how many we've got now. I've got Alexi, Derki, I've got Nikita, and I've got VR Project, which
That
is.
was Daniel's one.
I'm uninstalling Daniels. Okay, Alexi, Derki. Strange, the JC doesn't want to. VR prelim. What do you want? After Effects. Okay, that seemed fine too. No.
Still a problem.
Um,
Incompatible. Signatures do not match previously installed. Oh, yeah. Did you uninstall the other one? You can uninstall it from one of these top things. I think it's the folder one.
I think it goes and sits over there. Oh no.
Or maybe the little apps button thing next to the folder one. Yeah. And then you can uninstall Daniel's one. VR template.
There's Nikita.
Yeah, there, that VR template one at the bottom. That one, uninstall that. Yeah, no, I should be able to drag the other one on.
There's another one.
Did it refresh? I'll just try and install it.
Salumi's. Obviously, if they didn't target the quest, it won't.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it's working now.
But why? Because hers is also called VR template.
Well, you deleted the previous one. There, all tasks completed, so it did. I
Okay.
think it just didn't refresh properly. That list.
And then we have this last, that one, JC.
Okay, so that one's probably named the same. Yes, it is. Okay, so JC's one's also named VR template.
Oh,
gotta
because
do one at a time.
no one changed the project name.
Yeah, from the VR template one, yeah.
Okay. Is it in the build settings? Where is it?
Yeah, player settings, yes.
Okay, so this might happen to you as well, is if you're building from Unity to the Quest and you didn't change the name of the project. So if you're still using VR template and there's already VR template installed, then it won't install the other one. So you just need to make sure that you rename it so it has a unique naming, or you need to uninstall VR template from the Quest before you can install another one. That's if you want to test it at any other point on your own device or on one of the school's devices. So the project name seems to be included in the build.
In the player settings, you gotta change it there.
Okay, so but we've got one or two on here now. Blind. They put- All just a bunch of marshmallows. Reese. Who's Reese? Reese. Reese? No, Reese. 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 Hi. Okay. Is it like a flooded room?
We both built it.
It's cute. Did you work together on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is the camera currently? Okay, so you haven't added the camera. Okay. All right. Okay, you're probably going to have to, because you are going to see in all directions, you're going to have to close it off. So add some more walls. And then I'm not sure how you're going to be able to view both under the water and above the water. I don't know if that's where do you see yourselves viewing the world from?
So our idea was to first like put it above the water, make the people make the viewer look around for a bit, and then slowly.
Okay.
Because we also weren't sure, like, do we go from underwater to the top exit? So we're still trying to decide that.
Okay, cool. You could maybe look. You want to center the view so that you can sort of experience everything in its full glory. So I wonder if it wouldn't make sense to. I didn't expect the boat to be attached to the. Okay, it's not. So maybe if the cat was in the middle and you kind of see it from the fish's perspective. So you're under the water and you're kind of bobbing, and then you hear like a zzz, and then you get pulled up, and then you're on the fishing line and you're above, and then maybe you could drop off again, and then so you just have this loop of going up, being on top, maybe seeing the fish, and then seeing the cat, and then going down again. So that could be fun. So you just have this up and down movement, and you can constantly look around, but it's from the fish's perspective essentially. Yeah. Then I'd just center the boat or flip the cat so that the cat's on the other side. And then that's fun. That's cool. Yeah. And then you might, I mean, if you can, obviously as many elements as you can animate would be great.
We animated the flowers before, but it didn't transfer to this file, so we have to put them back again. And then the fish are rigged, but we didn't make them move, so we're going
All right. Yeah. You could just put them in parts. Whatever you do, I think just try and get a loop going, so that it doesn't matter at which time you go up and down. The world kind of remains the same, and there won't be any glitches in it. So it's just one smooth experience. It's a fun little environment. It's like a flooded room. Flooded room.
We already added the textures, so
That would look so cool in VR.
Yeah, so I'm saying like if you're seeing it from the perspective of a fish, you could get like yanked out by the cat, and then you're above.
That's cool.
And you're kind of swinging around, and then you get dropped.
Yeah,
Into, so you just have
that's
this
very
up and down loop. It'd be fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the sound, like you hear the muffled underwater sound, and then you come above the surface. Yeah, that's awesome.
And then when you pull down, you hear like a splash.
That sounds very cool.
And you don't have to. It doesn't have to be too long either. You can kind of like a minute maximum. I think like 30 seconds under the water and 30 seconds above the water.
Loopable.
Yeah, loopable. Cool. Very nice. How would you? Oh, you'd probably publish to YouTube then, because then you can experience it on any device.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Thank you.
So only Alexi's one loaded, and it's also a simulator.
Okay.
There's generally everybody's issue.
All right. Yeah. Then another thing that we picked up is just for those of you building from Unity, you have to switch off the simulation before your final build. Otherwise, it still thinks that it's a simulation, and the controls. It doesn't allow the headset control.
Not the only one.
Everyone did it. Okay.
See if you can spot it. This is one there. It's a nice fence.
No offense.
It's offensive.
It's offensive. I find offense.
Oh, that's cool.
This is the one I just rendered a minute ago. With like 10, it's like It's got 10 samples and
That's cool there.
okay. Okay, I don't think this is rendered as a 360 video. That doesn't.
You drag around it.
No. Oh wait,
Yeah.
it is. Oh, it's already. It works in VLC.
Oh wait, this is VLC. Holy shit, that's cool.
Ah, that is cool. I did not expect that. Okay, sorry, Monica. I don't find offense.
Find the whole world beyond the fence.
So,
Beyond the fence.
So, I assume. Let me just check.
I did not
So-
know VLC could do that.
I did not know VLC can do that.
Maybe there are others.
Downloads. So this is the one that's not injected. Okay,
That
so
one does
so
not.
that can't. But once you've injected it, yeah, then you can navigate it.
Let's see.
Okay.
So what was this exported with?
No, it's just the
Was it
metadata was just injected
Oh,
again.
was it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Or it's just a still render, and then it was done in Photoshop.
Oh, you can do it in Photoshop?
Yeah.
Ah. That's cool.
Yeah, I think if you go, my VLC is always on top. File,
Pangalorean.
Pangalorean.
Pangalorean, yeah. Oh, that's the VLC drop down.
I did pick this up in one of my tutorials. It's not injecting 360 metadata in Photoshop. That's not Photoshop. Okay, I'll look into it. I'm sure there's a way. Yeah, interestingly enough, VLC can navigate 360 videos as well. I didn't know that. So that's an easy way of testing whether the metadata is working without having to upload it or send it to your phone. You can just drag around in here. Quick test. Go stitching. Right.
Environment?
David? 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 Underground scene. It's just an image currently, hey?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any plans? Is anything going to happen in here? I think maybe to add some mood, maybe you could animate some of those lights or something. Like have a bit of flicker.
I was thinking, I did want to do like have it so you could have a tour through the room. But
Okay. So you just have to pre-animate the camera, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's quite bright. I think you can probably lower
Yeah,
the
everything.
lower the light a bit and
Yeah. Touch the light on the gear, just
work on the aesthetics a bit. But it's okay, it's working. Could work. Cool. Happy with that? Sweet. What is happening here? Whose is this?
I need to roll in a few minutes if that's cool.
You can do the virtual window stuff later. It's a bit strange. Well, yeah, I'll have to explain it to you later. Gives me an issue like it's like the entire graph is corrupt. then I have to localize it. When I localize it, it's only on that object. So all the graphs, it's not like a separate script machine. It's on the object. And then obviously everything that's calling that script is not working anymore because it's now local. So what it seems to, yeah, I think there's maybe some deprecated input node or something like that that's causing it to not display properly when it's not localized. So I just need some developer eyes on it.
Okay. Yeah. Do that.
Okay. Maybe it's just book a beer.
Yes.
Book a beer day. Okay.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah. So next week we can just do the build process, injecting the metadata, all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I'm happy with the motion designers doing the VR stuff within the 3D4 motion design subject. Just mind the intersecting objects with the camera. Try and avoid that so that you don't get like flashes in front of the screen, because they will flash. Okay.
Right. Cool. See you on the line.
Cool. Yes. See you on the line. That's quite fun. This is a different approach. Sit. It's quite fun. If anyone wants me to look at anything specific, please just come and tell me to look at something. But if you guys are cool, that's fine. I'm cool. I couldn't earlier. I couldn't download it, but let me try again. It crashed.
Oh dear.